Smile! Cheers. I can hop.
Don't wait, create!
Hi, my name is Keegan Witzke. I'm originally raised in Chicago, currently live in Las Vegas. I made SOS Humanity, Earth Last Distress Signal, and I am the creator, producer, head writer, director, casting director, and I did all the lyrics, composition, post-production, audio, sound effects, and yeah.
Hi, I'm here with Becca for some of us, and at that time I told you I was from Omaha, and you shouldn't go there. Some of you have gone to Google to see if I was correct. I implore you, please do not be seduced by the marketing. I am the writer and producer for the Online Society, and also the executive producer for our all-trans wizarding game, Mysteries of Ravenswood. PJ, who's currently recording me because he did not feel compelled to come up here, plays Alex Scott in the Online Society. So if you hear the show and you're like, man, what is that really great voice? I wish I met that guy. So he's hiding in the back. Yeah, find him later.
My name is Jonathan Winstead. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I am kind of what he said, although I don't do anything with the music. I'm the composer for that, but I am the showrunner for the Invicta Collective, kind of like an Indiana Jones meets the Strange Brigade type of adventure podcast, so I'm excited to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm W. Keith Timms. My show is The Love Talker, the audio drama, full horror piece. I am the writer, director, co-producer, co-sound designer, and I did voice one of the roles in the show. And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, my name is Todd Wells. I'm from Chicago, and rather than doing the hyphenates, I just call myself the showrunner of Strange Creatures of the Adult Wilderness.
Hello everyone, my name is David Romeo. I'm from Switzerland, and I worked on the action thriller series Swiss Secrets. Like everybody else, I pretty much worked on everything from the writing to the, directing, starring, and post-production. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Anna Zaitsev. I'm from Russia. I was a director and writer and co-producer of the teen dramedy about this boxer girl and the guy who was a rapper, the Sasha Counters, it's called. Yeah, that's it. I had an idea, I was actually looking for a new project, and I was looking for characters for a new project that could be an as big conflict as possible. And I was doing, I was searching for an idea for a teen dramedy. So I found people who would be in the most conflict possible. The girl and the guy from a different culture background. He's Asian, he was from Kazakhstan, and in my country it's the first project about this kind of topic. So they are forced to be step sister and step brother because their parents, they decide to marry, and these people, the teenagers, they even didn't know that their parents were dating. So for them it's a really a disaster, and they have to even share a room together. And obviously they hate each other because both of them, they have their own life, and their parents, they didn't ask them, and they are kind of adult enough to feel themselves adult, but they are still not, because they are still in high school, so they depend on their parents, and they have to deal with this situation. And so what inspired me, it's just, I was searching for that, and I kind of felt that this would be a strong story, especially in my country where people don't talk too much about this.
Similar to some other who mentioned COVID, I think the short answer is COVID inspired the project. We were back in lockdown, and me and my friends living together, and we said, we got to do something. The idea was, well, let's have two psychopaths meet, right? And and see what happens. And inspired by the location, it was my flat, and so we decided, what if I'm the host of the Airbnb and you are the guest of the Airbnb? And so that's where it all started and gave life to this project.
There was one day I noticed a friend of mine, a contemporary of mine, was complaining about something, and it occurred to me that we used to complain about that exact same thing 20 years ago. Your problems never change. The people around you are just as strange now as they were back when you were a kid. And I thought, what a great idea. Make a show about it.
I'd been in the audio drama space for a couple of years. I had one other show before this one, and really what happened is my co-creator for The Love Talker and I, we were fans of each other's works before we started working together. I just really liked what he did, and he really liked what I did. So we decided that we wanted to do something together, and we started pitching ideas and working on something, and that was eventually where we came up with the idea for the story of The Love Talker. And from there I was able to sort of lean into this idea of telling a horror story about the violence against women and the cyclical nature of it, but also framing it in a horror context. We started putting it together, and then that's where it happened. So for me, inspiration comes from working with other creative people that you really like.
I've been a huge audio drama fan forever, starting with listening to old-time radio tapes that my grandfather had. And then I get a little bit older and I watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I still remember how I felt the first time I watched it. And so I kind of even today I'll find myself like pursuing entertainment options based on how close their experience gets me to what I felt when I watched Raiders for the first time. And so anything in that genre I'm all into. So for years I was thinking like I would love to make something along those lines. And then I started making some audio dramas, doing some things. Then I got to a point where I had a story idea. And then I had a guy reach out to me just randomly from some of my other projects. He lived in the UK, and he says, hey, I have this really cool story idea. I don't know, it's probably nothing, but like this is my idea. It was almost like beat for beat what I had in mind. And I was like, we need to talk. And so we sat down and we kind of plotted out this kind of adventure story. We're not trying to recreate Indiana Jones, we're trying to do something completely different. But we want to capture that same spirit, that same feel in the adventure. So really, just been something I've been a fan of my whole life, and got a chance to start going down the path I did.
Unironically, Jonathan makes one of my favorite audio dramas, so it's kind of cool that we have to meet up, because I've been a fan of Jonathan's work before I met Jonathan, so like, hooray for WebFest, right? My answer to your question is spite. We hear the axiom that you write what you know or write things that are adjacent to your lived experience. That is the kind of thing that you're going to be able to tell a really good story about. And it turns out in the world of actual play and role-playing games and vampires, I've kind of heard every story, no offense to present company, that like middle-aged white men are capable of telling. So with Mysteries of Ravenswood, that is a game about an all-trans wizard school that we made to aggressively target a specific person with abhorrent views, and to take something that was being taken away from them and say, well, we're going to center that instead and make it that kind of story. Harlem Hellfighter/Die, which you saw earlier, is a 1920s noir story that asks us to look at that genre, because you have detectives who are going around and being hard-boiled and they're questioning the police, and they're always white men, because you can't do that as a black person in the 1920s. So what does it look like if all your heroes are people of color? With the All Night Society, it's the same way. You hear vampire stories where it's always about being powerful and sexy and you get to drink blood and make out with people, but you don't ever get like, the monstrous part of it. So we said, what does that monstrousness look like in a context where, like, congratulations, you are immortal, you have superpowers, so do the several thousand vampires who existed before you already. So what is it like to have all of this power and then not be able to use it, because the only way to get promoted in this world is if your boss dies. So yeah, we generally, our showrunning process is we pick something that we're angry about in the world, or a particular pop culture fight that we really want to dig into, and then spend an aggressive amount of time and money letting people who are excluded from that community tell a story specifically in that community. Oh, sorry.
No, just what inspired me was vanity. So I was living in New York in 2018 through like COVID, and my mom gifted me a really nice microphone, and I have a lot of other skills, and I thought, oh, well, this is a nice time to like show off like some of the skills I have, and I just want to do everything by myself. And then I already had this idea of, I've always seen like, you know, post-apocalyptic, and it gets very serious. I'm like, well, what if there was like a Parks and Rec version of it? Like someone who's like super like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. And then I'm like, it was 2019. I was like, oh, I don't know if that's actually gonna stick out. And then COVID happened, like, okay, well now I gotta commit to the bit. And so all that happened, and then I had friends help me out with it, and it kind of fit perfectly because it helped me survive COVID, actually, because the whole point is reaching out to friends and like being like, you know, there is optimism even like the weirdest and darkest of times. And I was just like, well, now I gotta finish it, and it helped me like look better on life. So yeah.
Great question. What is your one-line logline pitch for your series?
A naive but lovable optimist is the last chance to save humanity.
Four recently inducted members of the undead attempt to define nobility under their own terms. I was there. Attempt to find nobility under their own terms in a changing world that never changes. Like, because they're dead, right? Awesome.
Let's see here. What if the legends of Gilgamesh were actually an ancient lie to cover up an ancient secret that the world was never meant to uncover? Nice.
A woman travels to a remote part of Appalachia where women have been disappearing for centuries, and discovers the link between the missing women, a strange man who wanders the woods, and the people living nearby who want to keep it secret.
A young man finds that it is much more difficult than he anticipated to make his hopes and dreams work out. It's like if there was an episode of Friends with only one friend.
I'm gonna cheat. Swiss secrets. Secrets collide when two men, burdened by their dark pasts, discover the existence of a hidden criminal underworld operating within the sinister realm of the dark web.
Okay, so it's a 17 years old a girl, a kickboxer girl, finds out that now she has like a new step-brother who is 17 years old, a rapper guy from Kazakhstan, and the girl was from Moscow. And now she has to share with him her room, her even school, and she hates him and he hates her so much that they are ready to do anything to get rid of each other in their life, but actually they go through different consequences of their acts to get rid of each other that actually make them understand that they are the closest people to each other. Does it make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
My name is Cody. I'm from Sacramento, and a part of I'm Still Here, created by himself, Dennis Curry. And I'm the choreographer and dancer.
He already said it. Dennis Curry, Sacramento. I'm Still Here, dedicated to my wife.
Seth Chitwood. I am the creator of Luna the Witch of Rhode Island, creator of Luna the Witch, and as well as the producer of Pickleball's Life Deal with It, produced and created by Caroline DeMarco.
Hi, I'm Alexa. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and I was Luna in Luna the Witch.
Hello, I'm Jack Logan. I'm from the United Kingdom. I am the co-director and producer of London After Midnight, and I am so overdressed.
But you look great.
I'm Matthew Warner from Seattle, Washington. I am the producer, director, writer, music composer, editor, sound designer, and did some voice acting for Operator, the audio drama.
I'm Angelina Villapiano. I'm from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm the creator, writer, director, cast member of Pandemic and Chill.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Page. I'm from beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California. And I'm here as an actor as part of Orbital Blues.
Hello, I'm Leonardo from Italy, and in this blog I have a horror, thriller, and mystery short film, Quello che non vedo, in English, What I Don't See, and I'm the director.
Hello, I'm Lori Rubers. I am from the lovely city of Minneapolis, and I am a producer and actor on Paranormal Unit.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Bridget Kennedy. I'm originally from Canada, now LA, thanks to LA WebFest 7 years ago. I'm the writer, producer, and lead actress of Janet, and also director.
Hello, I'm Raven Smith. I'm from New Jersey, and I am the executive producer, writer, creator, and actor in Quarter Life Crisis.
Hi, I'm Margaret Land from Toronto. I'm the host, creator, and producer for Kitchens of Toronto.
한국에서 온 김성환, 김종숙입니다. 신이 선택한 사람들 영화를 참석하러 이 자리에 왔습니다. 위원장님께 감사드립니다.
Okay, my name is Songhwan Kim, Jong-soo Kim. Okay,
신이 선택한 사람들.
Okay, they are God-chosen people. They are come from South Korea. So
That was our festival director, Young Man King, translating. He's a man of many talents. All right, let's give another round of applause for our creators.
My name is Todd Wells, and since most of us here are low and micro and no budget filmmakers, I'm curious what you guys would do if someone wrote you a nice big fat check. What was the part of your production that you would like to goose a little bit?
I shot my web series literally during the pandemic. That's why it's about the pandemic. It was like one of those, whoa, we're stuck in the house, let's make a project. And so I shot the whole thing on iPhones. So if I actually had a budget, I would get real equipment. Cameras and lights and a crew, but we had to keep everything super micro. I thought that was a really interesting time though to be creative. It forced you to be really creative. And do things outside the box that you wouldn't normally do given the constrictions that we all had. So, but I would spend it more on technical things to be more precise.
On ours, we did manage to pay about half the crew. I just come off a studio project, so I had a bit of cash for that. But if it's a question of being able to pay people what they're worth, I had to leverage a lot of favours from a lot of good people to do things at a very low cost. But the script's so good that helped massively. So, you know, it all starts with a good script regardless of the budget.
Well, we spent our entire budget on our pilot, so if we were given the chance, I would definitely, with the entire first series written, we would definitely produce the rest of the season. It was a bottle episode, obviously to save on costs, so to be able to expand our universe a little bit, that would definitely be one of the main things I would do.
Similar, our budget that we got was for a pilot episode, so if I got more money, would be to finish the rest of the episode so that the other communities that were mentioned in the trailer can also be highlighted.
Marsha Warner, and I'm curious to see how and where you find your actors.
Ooh, I like that.
So I was really lucky to be able to find all of my actors based off of the people I went to school with. My script, I wrote it with particular classmates in mind because I was an actor for college and I knew exactly what all of these people were capable of in terms of comedy. So it was really easy to kind of write the characters based off of them because I knew I could trust them with that, and they all surprised me with how far they were willing to go. So it was really easy for me.
The lead actor I'd seen in local community theater, so I wrote it for him in mind for that role, and Cody, who's part of the program I run, I knew he was dancing, so I specifically wrote it for the two of them, so it was really easy to cast.
I'll say for Luna the Witch, it was easy. We started our first season with Alexa and her actual mother, who also plays her mother in the show. We did in 2020, like right around the pandemic in the summer of 2020, and we just kind of quarantined together, and we just had a few people, we created that show, and then it was such a big hit, we kind of just like went on for season 2 and 3. But for Pickleball is Life, I will say that if you have a really good script, we were really surprised how many people want to sign on, especially to a topic like pickleball. And we had kind of a dream list. We kind of went to IMDb Pro and we searched the agents for some of these people like Sharon Lawrence and Joanna Day and Catherine Curtin and all these people, and we just sent them the script and we were like, hey, we're doing this pickleball comedy, we'd really like you to play this character, and this is the budget we have, and this is the amount of days that we're going to be doing, and some people said no, and some people said yeah, sure, and they came and they did it and they made it work. So if you have a really good script and a really passionate team behind it, you'll be surprised how many people will sign on, especially a caliber of an actor that we never thought we would get for the low budget project that we were doing. I mean, to get Sharon Lawrence from NYPD Blue was really exciting, and to get to work with her all day was really awesome, and never dreamed that she'd say yes, but she read the script and had a Zoom meeting with us and fell in love with it, and came down to Cape May, New Jersey and shot it. So.
For us, it's a combination of actors I've worked with before. I used to be an actor about 1897. So there was a combination of actors I've worked with before. Some I could like literally just Facebook and say, hey, would you be in this? Others you have to deal with agents and be very polite, not with art. And about 25% of my cast was actually people I never worked with before. I always carve out about a third for new talent in the production. But just a variety of approaches. Say, hey, have you heard of this project? Would you like to be involved? Are we doing it? This is the team, and just smiling very nicely and hoping everyone says yes.
Yeah, when I started doing audio dramas back during the pandemic, I reached out to a specific group, figured with everything being shut down, it was important for us to kind of keep going as artists and actors. And so I reached out because a lot of actors said plays got canceled. And so I was really blessed and surprised how many people wanted to do it. And after that first play, everyone I produced and directed, I always went to the same group, tried to keep it kind of family oriented. And they always came back. And then with Operator, because it was a 25 cast member production, I always went to the same crew first. And then there was a couple other people that I specifically heard in other productions from other companies that I reached out to. And to my surprise, they all said yes. And they were all willing to do it for free. All of our productions are zero budget and put together on strings and cans and whatever we can come up with. So pretty much just creating relationships and just wanting to support each other. Thank you.
I found most of my cast on Instagram, to be honest with you. I know there's mixed feelings about people in the entertainment industry or film industry, about influencers and social media, if it's good or if it's bad for us or whatever. I think it's the future, especially for short form, especially for independent filmmakers. There's so many opportunities. If you're putting things out on places like TikTok and Instagram, it's a great place to find talent and approach talent directly. And it's a great way to find people who have their own following to be in your project, and then they bring their following to your project because we're independent and we need to get audiences to watch our stuff. So if you have people that have a following, it helps your project. So big into finding talent on social media.
Ours is an actual play show, so it's like a D&D style game. It's an improvised podcast, so we just reached out to people that were very passionate about role-playing games already, because they're always down to play more. So finding like that niche group that's already doing what you want to do is a good way to find cast.
Minneapolis is a smaller market, and I'm an actor in Minneapolis, and so I know everybody. And I've probably taken a class with them, so I know their ability, and I was able to actually wrote some of the parts based around those people and what they are capable of doing. So it was pretty easy. Also, it's a smaller market. We don't have SAG productions. The people who work in Minneapolis are non-union actors, and it's just so much easier.
So I have a very good friend who is an actor, and I looped him in to do the project with me. And of course, you always cast yourself if you're a performer. You write the gem of the role for yourself, the character, the gift. And I always wrote my husband into a role as well, because he's a unwilling and willing participant.
So my project was a documentary. The way I was able to find the restaurant owners that participated was really building relationships with organizations that are trying to help communities that have been affected by gentrification, but most importantly, the pandemic. So this is a project that was made after that to show the impact for those communities, and it also involved me going to the areas and just speaking to the restaurant owners to let them know how much I care and also build that trust, because a lot of them have been, you know, let down a lot of times when people approach them to tell their stories. So that was very much important to me in my project.
Thank you so much, creators. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to go into our next screening block.
Because our project takes up to 8 years for the documentary and 1.5 years for the finalizing. And Director Chu was saying the most important part is the funds. So maybe if we could go back again, we should be getting all the funds ready with a good producer to analyze each of the spending we do. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to fulfill your dreams without funds. Thank you.
That's very, very nice. We're going to take a very short break, and then we're going to begin with the second block of screening in just a few minutes.
I am Aaron Hammond. I was the executive producer for Harlem Hellfighters Never Die, which I mean in the classic sense, in that I gave them money and then went away. And then later we couldn't find an editor, so I ended up doing some of that work as well. I am from Omaha, Nebraska. If you've never been, don't go.
Hi, I'm Bobby Summers. I am the creator, writer, star, and composer of the soundtrack to my series is called I Hate People, People Hate Me. And I'm from Canada, but I just moved to LA, so if you know any guys.
Hi, I'm Clinton H. Wallace, director of All For Now docuseries, and
You may take it? Yeah. My name is Bird. How are you guys? I am absolutely honored to be here. I'm the guy in All For Now. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm just blessed to have these guys around me. So, well, here we go. Sorry.
I'm from New Jersey.
There you go, Greg.
I'm Greg Coates, a longtime band member and collaborator with Bird here, and I did a lot of music and said a lot of this crazy stuff on screen.
Hi, my name is, hi. My name is Michael Rich, All For Now documentary, longtime friend and music producer for Bird. I worked on all the musical, I just wrangled all that stuff up. All right, cool. From New York.
So hand out for our creators.
Well, I mean, success can be measured in many things. Success is taking something from your imagination and making it physical manifestation, whether it's a story, an idea, and getting a team of talented people together to make it into reality. For me, that's success.
I think if I was comparing myself to other people in Los Angeles and measuring my success, I would have taken my own life by now. So I just don't measure success. I just take it a day at a time.
That's actually like the other half of my answer, which is like we do improvisational unscripted game content, of which there are maybe 1,500 people on the planet who know exist, and 500 of which who listen to and consume as media. So if I can get 250 of those people, that's 50% of the market, and that's honest to God incredible. So for us, success is about thinking about our medium and what the realistic expectation of an audience, the realistic expectation of income is, and comparing ourselves to that, as opposed to being like, oh shit, no one put my thing on Netflix, so I guess I'm a failure, because that's not the world we're gonna live in, right?
I think that if you can persevere through all the ups and downs as a creator and still keep doing it, and you're meeting your own standards, and not comparing yourself to anyone else, that would be success.
Success on my side, coming from the music side, I was blessed to work on this project, which, Bird just keeps on writing amazing material. So in my eyes, it's just being able to do it justice so that it comes across. He basically does it all himself these days. He makes my job easy, but if it brings an emotion up, brings out the storyline, he's a storyteller. So that's what's most important. If it gives you the goosebumps on your arms, and you know you've done it justice, and it's just being true to the product.
This is success for me.
Ooh.
This right here. Being here, I mean, this is success. Also, 2 little girls, being proud of dad. That's success to me. And you guys clapping.
Smile. Cheers.